By the Emperor's light, another warp breach! Purge the heretics for the Emperor! Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. So, last time we finished up Footfall, and we're going around our ship, talking to everybody, making sure that we're all good before the DLC comes out. And we still have a quest to turn in, and a couple of people to talk to. But before we do anything else, I think we are just going to handle the level ups that we have missed. Okay. Let me check my handy dandy notebook real fast. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't put a deer down in the... Damn. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, we're going with that. That sounds very good. And then we're good to go. Okay. So, we need to go finish talking to Jay. And then we have a quest to turn in real fast before I go download the DLC.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Sherry?
You don't look like the typical smuggler.
No truer words have ever been said. I'm far more exciting than some small-time peddlers from Footfall. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Jai Amira Fatqin Tamiri Ash Ifrit, the 12th daughter of the Lord of Ifrit, a distant world at the fringes of the Imperium.
Where does Haydari come from, then?
The youngest child is destined to become a bargaining chip in the family's political games. But I was unwilling to accept such a fate, and wanted to choose what to become and which path to follow. When I learned the Exalted One watches over hundreds of other worlds amidst distant stars, I understood there was an entire world of opportunities beyond Ifrit. All I had to do was break the familial bonds tying me down and escape the planet. Which I did a long time ago.
Why did you choose to come to the Dargonis Expanse?
The Dargonis Expanse. A gorgeous name, isn't it? But this backwater wasn't my original destination when I escaped, Sherin. Oh no, it was the rumors of incredible freedom that brought me to the Dargonis Expanse. Freedom that is generously bestowed upon everyone who can survive in these parts. All doors are open here. You can become a saint, a mogul, a kingmaker, or anyone you like, really. Here, hard work pays off. Unless you're used to lying by the roadside and complaining instead of toiling for the good of your soul, glory, wallet, or whatever floats your boat. I'm used to working hard, and so I found
How did
my
you
blessing.
escape Ifrit?
I convinced my father I personally wished to oversee the inspection of imported goods. I had to get experience so I wouldn't bring shame on our family, didn't I? I made friends with traders, missionaries, and soldiers at the port. I listened to their stories, studied the charts, learned what documents I had to forge to escape the planet. A kind word here, a shiny coin there. And here I am, in the iron belly of a ship, braving the void in search of a new life.
Judging by your implants, you've had quite a few close shaves over the years.
Consider it a mark of my trade. This year, Xenos. Dumb-headed orcs. Who knew that we weren't the only ones to get tempted by the wreck of that raider? As for this treasure, I received it as a reward for a life that had been just a little too good. I was in a hurry to get to the Adeptus Amasacus after the Exalted One blessed me with immense wealth. I was 2 backstreets away from the den when a pathetic ashmag attacked me, envious of somebody else's fortune.
Tech use test succeeded. You are familiar with the implants, like the one that has replaced Jay's neck. It is merely one part of a massive augmentation, replacing the internal organs. A slit throat could not have been the cause for installing such a sophisticated device. Thank you for sharing this.
All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too.
Tell me about your background again.
The youngest child is destined to become a bargaining chip in the family's political games. But I was unwilling to accept such a fate, and wanted...
Yeah, it's the same thing.
All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too.
Says the lady who's just giving me false stories. I assume this is going to change as we spend more time on missions together. I've seen enough of the shiny wrapping of the Coronis Expanse. Tell me about its dark side.
The dark side is the real Coronis Expanse, if you ask me. But what do you want to know about it, Shireen?
How do they do things on Footfall?
Dynasties drink with criminals. Rogue traders strike deals with the Kasbalika. And dozens of ships stop off for a welcome break from a long voyage. Is there a more beautiful place in the entire Imperium? The Emperor is merciful to the meek and the powerful alike. There's a job for everyone as long as they have a head on their shoulders. And if you feel like talking to him in person, the statue of the Exalted One can be seen from any asteroid. You can pray to your heart's content.
Doesn't really sound like the seedy underbelly I was asking for. Tell me about the Casablanca mission.
An ancient crime cartel that originated with the first settlers of the Calixis sector. It is run by shadowy clans with robber barons at the helm. Cross their path, and you risk making enemies all over the Coronis Expanse, or even the entire Imperium. As for the agents, they are just shameless, greedy scum. Every third person on Footfall is a Kasbalikan. But that doesn't mean all that rotten filth is acting together. I've been set up more than once just so some Kasbalikan can get one over on his rivals. And yet, the Kasbalika is generous to its customers, if you can afford it. Anything can be obtained, organized, and transported for the right price. The customer is always right, unless they happen to be a rat. In which case...
they get thrown through a loop.
Forgive me, Shireen. I'm not too fond of the ones I am forced to share the market with. Especially since they are nowhere near as good as me.
Sorry. It is getting to be a little bit late in the evening. Are you one of the Casablanca's robber barons?
What gave you such an outrageous idea? Was it my immaculate garment? My gorgeous jewelry? Do not worry, Shireen. I will let you know once I become a baroness, should the Exalted One will it. Just imagine the strong and fruitful alliance that could be forged between a rogue trader and the mastermind of the Kasbalika.
Yeah, fair enough. How did you become a Casablancan agent?
It's not hard to do on Footfall. I spent a year working for good old Christo. He was a brave soldier who gave up the ghost in a scuffle with orcs, and then took over his business. Having a good head on your shoulders and keeping the Exalted One in your heart helps to establish new contacts quickly. Eventually, I gathered together a group of honest and loyal people, and it only took a few successful contracts for the Kasbalika to take notice. I quickly settled on Footfall and started dispensing my wisdom to my protégés and subordinates. I lost the taste for getting my hands dirty.
Tell me about the cold trade.
It really is simple, Shireen. The Kasbalika runs the Imperium's black market, offering special goods to those who can afford their services. Yes, I am talking about Xeno artifacts too. Alien weapons, technology, sometimes even certain kinds of living creatures. Unlike the rogue traders whose sacred warrants make them immune even from the laws of the Exalted One, Kasbalikan agents are used to hiding and covering their tracks. Nobody wants to draw unwanted attention, no matter who might take an interest. Especially now that the Coronis Expanse has a warrior of the Golden Throne as its watchman.
Let's change the subject.
Why not? The decision is yours, Shireen.
Tell me about your business in the Coronis Expanse.
My trade means knowing the right people and non-people. Having the right connections and making sure the precious goods find their way into the hands of my no less precious customers. My wisdom includes the knowledge of the enemies of humankind, be they Xenos or the lowest scum in the Imperium, as well as the latest knowledge about how much they charge for any particular curio at the Footfall market. Not even the most cunning Agi will deceive you as long as I am with you, Shireen. I promise you that. Whatever I have can be yours too, if your unfathomable wealth isn't enough for you already, I mean.
Do you do business with the enemies of humanity?
It has been known to happen. After years of dealing with Xenos, I've learned their customs, and even got a grasp of their language. Except they cringe whenever I start speaking. Arrogant sods. They dislike even our voices, but they never turn away our valuables. Then again, I'm used to seeing sour faces. In this trade, the easily offended go out of business.
Yeah, fair enough. The things we do for profit and gain, right?
Emperor be praised. You took the words right out of my mouth.
You have many talents.
Thank you, Shireen. Being able to read and write is chief among them. You may not be aware, but this science is beyond the abilities of billions of the Imperium subjects. And yet they happily keep drudging along in their factories, fundy, and assembly lines. Me? I didn't escape Ifrit to consign myself to such misery. It was literacy that paved my path to copied orders, forged signatures, counterfeited papers. The wonderful things that make the wheels of bureaucracy turn in the right direction.
Yeah, but are you really that rich?
Compared to the rabble on Footfall, perhaps. Compared to you. Be it power or money, I still have a long way to go. I could purchase one of Footfall's asteroids, but not a planet. I could subjugate a few gangs from the shady districts, but not Vladium. And so the answer to your question is no. I do not consider myself rich. I am not rich enough.
Fair enough, but you could be sitting back reaping the fruits of your own work. So why have you chosen to embrace the vicissitudes of life aboard a void ship?
You're fun to talk. I grew tired of scribing endless contracts and agreements neatly tucked away on Footfall. Well, I did that for how many years? But here, among the stars, you are always balanced on a knife edge. Nothing thrills me more than the tension of a warp jump, or the danger that lurks around every corner on a planet. Footfall was beginning to make me fat and stupid, Shireen. I do not want that.
No, none of us want that. Awareness test succeeded. Jay speaks measuredly, with just the right amount of laziness in her voice, but her performance cannot conceal the slight tremble in her voice. Whatever Jay is afraid of, that is what drove her off of Footfall. What about your gang back at Footfall? Do you trust them?
Do I trust the Trickster twins? By the Exalted One, no. The underhanded rogues of Footfall came up with that name for a reason. The tricks of those frenzied ashmags are all about things far more intriguing than the honest and law-abiding subjects of the Imperium can imagine.
The mention of her fellow cold traders makes Jay's eyes shine a bit brighter than usual. Aww.
On the other hand, this is why I am keeping them close. Kor and Tora know who lifted them out of the cesspit proudly called the Shadow Quarters, and who has been feeding that ravenous beast their insatiable lust for lucre. No, they are not going to betray me if only because they know I am now a part of your entourage, Shireen. They're not going to let the biggest pie in the Imperium pass them by without trying to get a slice for themselves.
Fair enough. Tell me about the Xenos of the Coronis Expanse.
Vicious, cruel, dangerous beasts. Humans hold little interest for Xenos. We are entertainment for them, a means to keep boredom at bay. A commodity. But some of them contact us once in a while using their own people. Do not deceive yourself by thinking you are safe because there are no Xenos in sight. Those Agi are as cunning as they are ruthless. They cleverly pull at the strings of spies and traitors, subjugate those who do not fall for the promised reward, transformed the ones who resist their promises into soulless puppets. The Emperor watches over me, and that is why I still haven't succumbed to the fate of many of my associates who have lost their lives to the stringy scoundrels.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's talk about something else.
I think we've said all there is to say on this topic.
Did you know Theodora von Valentius, my predecessor?
It is difficult not to be aware of the powers that be, especially ones like Lord Captain Theodora. But we never met personally, as the difference between our positions was far too great. Theodora was a mighty ruler, the center of her own universe, and I, a pathetic speck, was nothing next to her. But you were kind to me, Shireen, and in my eyes, that puts you above your esteemed aunt, or whoever she was to you.
You keep using words I don't understand, like calling me Shireen.
The language on Ifrit, my home world, is quite different from the one spoken in the Dargonis expanse. We bestow more than one meaning upon each word, allowing our wise men to fully express their sagacious thoughts, and us lowly dabblers, our base passions and desires. Take Argy, for example. That is what I call every piece of scum and villain, because Argy means evil and foe and pathetic worm unworthy of consideration. Or take Ashmag. It means fool and little brother and blind man who stumbled and would fall into a pit without guidance. Shireen means friend and comrade and roommate in a battle formation, like we are.
Alright. Well, you're telling me tales about your colorful past, Jade, but I feel not all of these stories are true.
Listen, Shireen, the giver of happiness and the dearest of my friends. I am who I am. A cold trader, a Casbalican agent, and your partner. We each have a past, and that past is sealed. I'm not prying into your soul, am I? Well, have pity on mine. It has already been gnawed at by the Argy. And if you don't like the sound of that, we'll just go our separate ways. Deal?
Deal. Thank you for sharing.
All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too.
Alright, so as much as I like to exhaust every bit of dialogue, this sets up trying to start a relationship with her. And I'm still chasing Goth Mommy on this playthrough, so I will talk to you later, Jay.
Oh. I have no doubt you will.
Okay. Now, before I get into the DLC, I desperately need to go finish this side quest that I guess I never actually did. So let's go to the freight line, and then Heinrichs can go, Argenta can come in. Yeah, let's go with that for now. We're just going to go talk to somebody real fast. And then I am going to have to, unfortunately, take a quick break so that I can download that new DLC. Come on. I know it's been a while since we've been down here, Potato. And I'll be completely honest, I have no idea who I'm supposed to be talking to. There's apparently somebody I need to go talk to down here. Hello? I don't suppose... No. Maybe you? Nope. Can't talk to you. Here you go. Here's somebody with a name. Is it you, Fresno? Okay. You clearly have quite a lot. Captain Frenzo has acquired a few wounds since your last conversation. Half of his ear is gone, and you notice that he's wearing bloody bandages under his uniform. Seeing you, he quickly injects himself with the stimulant and straightens up. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Yeah, seems like we were both attacked. Frenzo lets out a menacing growl as his face fills with blood. Who dared? I encountered mutants in the pestilence. Sorry about that. I encountered mutants in the pestilence pit. They seem to be under the influence of unholy powers. You went to the pestilence pit? You? Into the pestilence pit? Frenzo stares off into the distance as he speaks. Pardon me, Lord Captain. I can't even begin to find the words. I would use, if I had to tell the Master-at-Arms that you had perished in there. The enforcers do regular checks to see if there are any dangerous blight-stricken rejects hidden at the bottom of the bay. I implore you, Lord Captain, leave this job to us. Were you in a shootout? Yes, there's been a raid on a local gang. We finally cleared out the scoundrels who were smuggling goods to neighboring compartments. No one escaped. Frenzo permits himself a brief smile of grim satisfaction. Good work. Enforcers have been appropriating ration cards from workers returning from their ships. Why is that? Are you short on provisions? The compartment was just enough food to avoid starvation, Lord Captain. This is why the enforcers are making sure that no serf has more cards than they're supposed to. They used to rip out people's tongues for it, but I reduced the punishment to simply beating the thieves and confiscating all their cards. The orders are to give these cards to workers who are starving due to a lack of work shifts. Not that it helps them much, but it's better than nothing. Are there enforcers guilty of misappropriating the confiscated items? Yes. Do those caught stealing receive severe punishment? Absolutely. Well, it's good that they're at least being punished for it. I came across a drawing of a worker in a red mask. What does it mean? The captain frowns. It's a figure of a local legend, known as Nemesite, protector of the poor and oppressed. Ever since I was a child, desperate people have been drawing his portrait on the walls, hoping to summon a defender to punish those who wrong them. He had 13 or so fools calling themselves Nemesite over the past 5 years. We disburdened ourselves of them, just to be sure. Yeah, I find these sentiments disconcerting. Stay vigilant, Frenzo. Always, Lord Captain. I have finished inspecting this bay. Will there be any orders based on the inspection's conclusion? Ooh. Okay. I'm going to have to read out each of these to make sure I know which one I'm choosing. The workers are to be provided with everything they need to service the freight line properly. Food and medicine will be delivered to the bay, and you are to demote any enforcers found to be abusing their authority to the status of workers. Only harsh measures will bring order to the bay. Establish an execution quota. Strip all corrupt enforcers of their rank, and burn away all crime. Any idlers are to be given a job, and if they cannot do anything useful, servitorize. Oh, Jesus Christ! Organize mandatory sermons and spread the word of faith. The source of all this compartment's woes are hunger and poverty, which are driving those people to commit petty crimes. I'm sure you would have done something by now, but there are certain rules you have to follow that are simply too limiting. Isn't that right? Well, this definitely sounds conniving, but I wouldn't say heretical. Why is there a check mark next to this one? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're doing this one. The workers are to be provided with everything they need to service the freight line properly. Food and medicine will be delivered to the bay, and you are to demote any enforcers found to be abusing their authority to the status of workers. The captain needs a moment to handle his confusion. Orders understood. 35 experience. Gloriam Libertatum, gain the ability Educated Labor. The flagship's hull integrity is increased by 10 points. The plating of all sectors of the flagship is increased by 1. The freight line workers study to the best of their ability, applying newly attained knowledge for the betterment of the ship. Thanks to their efforts, logistical operations with the engineering bays have become more efficient, which has opened up new opportunities for fortifying the ship's hull. Very nice. +3 iconoclast. Awesome. Awesome. Be steadfast in your duty, Captain Frenzo. The Emperor protects, Lord Captain. Very good. Hello? 3 days? Oh, shit. Lord Captain, here... Has this always been here? This is the thing I can do? That was a misclick. Oh my god! Lord Captain, here's your report. Your orders have been carried out. The compartment is already operating according to the new procedure. What's this? Oh, okay. This is just more of the assassination stuff. Fair enough. Oh my god. Alright. Where am I? There's loot. Alright, let's go get this far away one first. Loot. Where is loot? Oh, okay. It's on... There it is. Somebody go grab that. This is probably going to take a minute. I have half a mind while I'm down here in the bowels to go check on the blood-spun web to see if there's anything I can do over there. So I might just do that before I take that break to go download the DLC. Come on. Get your ass moving, Lemedicus. This is why we don't skip leg day. Ooh, more ration cards. Still have no idea what the hell I'm going to use those for. But, that's fine. There we go. Might as well get everybody down here, since this is close to the door. Thank you. Alright. Time to get the hell out of here. Come on, llama. He's trying his best. Alright, buddy, you have fun running across the entirety of the ship. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to go check in on the Bloodspun web. I doubt that there's anything new over there, but since we're about to go into the new DLC, as well as the Wild Blue Yonder, I might as well be extra sure that I'm not leaving anything behind. Okay. It's not the shrine, is it? Is it the shrine? It's not the shrine. Is it the chapel? Am I gonna have to go jump in the goddamn sewer hole again to get over there? God damn it. You would think that they would have fast travel set up for it, but it's not here. It's too bright and shiny. No, it's not here either. I don't even know if there's anything new to do over there. You know what? I think I'm just gonna go back to the main... to the bridge. And then download that DLC. And off camera, I can go check over there. And if there's anything new, I'll turn on the camera and sort of go from there. But it is going to take a good chunk of time just to get over there, let alone to come back. So I don't really feel like wasting half of an episode just to go try and talk to people who may not have anything new to say to me. Come on, Potato. You can do it. There we go. Okie dokie. Alright, well, I am going to leave it here for the moment. And then when I come back, we can start jumping into the new DLC. At least hopefully. But, yeah, so I will be right back.
2 hours later.
And we are back! The Arbities DLC has finally downloaded, and I have gone around off camera to make sure that we aren't missing any conversations. But before we dove into the DLC, I wanted to make sure that nobody else had the same problem I did. So, what you want to do is you want to come over here to the DLC and mod tab, and then you come over here. Oh, did they change it? I think they changed it. Yeah, okay. So, when the first DLC came out, you actually had to turn it on to make sure that it worked. Hopefully it's engaged and I'm not just technologically illiterate, but it's time to teach people how not to eat bird wrong. Just in case you needed any more of a hint that most of my lore knowledge comes from Emperor's text-to-speech device. Not quite all of it. I have learned some of the lore from more legitimate sources, but I would be lying if I said that most of it didn't come from Emperor's TTS. But I am so excited for this DLC. I have been waiting months. We finally made it through Footfall just in time. I may not be able to get these videos out the day it came out, but at least I have avoided spoilers. Come on, Potato, you can do it. Come on, Potato. And again, the lies. I don't know why this continues to bother me, but just say 99%. I shouldn't even see 100. What? You can enable the installed DLC in your current playthrough by opening the DLC section of the in-game menu. So you do need to turn it on. Okay. Thank you for the heads up. On. Apply. Yes. Yes! Yes, Queen! Okay. Coming. Ooh. Oh no. I'm a little bit too excited. That was just the mouse moving. On its own. Okay. Question.
Lord Captain? Lord Captain.
How do I get into the DLC? Have the Vox Spirits brought you anything interesting lately? Forgive me, Lord. Oh, god damn it. I thought I was cooking there for a second. Okay. I'm gonna try refreshing the area just in case that'll do it. I doubt it. About my quest log. Reclaim what was lost. Okay. Talk to the Master of Seals. Okay, that's Jay's thing. Emperor, damn it. I want to do the DLC thing. Am I gonna have to progress with the story a little bit? It's no big deal, but damn. Double damn it. Oh well. Alright. It's time to get behind the wheel and see how these repairs went. God damn it. I'm sorry. I got all hyped up for no reason at all. Lord Captain, we are once more within reach of the Von Valencia's protectorate. Of utmost urgency is restoring communication with your planets and bestowing the wisdom of decrees upon your stewards. Developing colonies, claiming new territories, and establishing trade links. All this is now your privilege and your burden. Ooh. I got 3 mining wells. It is very nice. Vast system. You will need to travel between the... Okay, got it. Can I go over here? Yeah, okay. They still won't let me anywhere near them. What is this unidentified object? Oh, that's that. Okay. Sorry. Little bit discombobulated and disappointed because I couldn't just jump into the DLC. But maybe if we travel to a new system, we can get them to do something for us. Oh god, nope. Travel between systems is fraught with mortal peril. Only a navigator can plot a course through the warp to other systems. Click the circular button at the... Okay. Left mouse button. Yeah, okay. And we can make the route safer using Navigator's Insight, but we have to make sure that we save a certain amount of that so that we can get to systems we wouldn't normally be able to reach. Okay, where are we? So, chart new routes. Okay. Alright, well, this one's green. Let's travel over here. Lord Captain, the ship's senior officers request an audience with you. They are humbly awaiting you on the bridge. Okay. Hello? Please be DLC. Come on, Potato, you can do it. Oh! Lord Captain, if I may request your attention for a moment, I must report a series of highly dangerous violations that have taken place in the fuel compartment. The Master-at-Arms is ignoring my demands, and I am thus forced to appeal directly to you. The fuelers have found a sect of some kind. This group practices fire worship of the Emperor and has been burning promethium near the fuel lines. I beg you to stop this madness before we all go up in flames. I should point out that there have been no incidents in the fuel compartment so far, and that the beliefs of this sect do not affect the obedience of the workers or their efficiency in any way. All assemblies are conducted strictly after hours with the permission of their superiors. However, if you find their practices unacceptable, we will put a stop to them immediately. What? They're burning my promethium? The amount of residue accumulated in the drainage tanks was so laughably small that it was not even worth recording. If there were any real misappropriation of the ship's resources happening here, I would have already punished those involved, Lord Captain. The last sentence carries a faint note of regret. Does the Ecclesiarchy recognize this cult, or is it considered heretical? This matter is beyond my purview. Let Confessor Adalbert be the judge of such business. A plump, rosy-cheeked man steps forward, his voice deep and sonorous. I wish I knew what sonorous meant. The Emperor protects your lordship. I can assure you that there is no heresy festering in the fuel compartment. The sect of the Fire Prophecies has been tested for purity and found to be in accordance with the creed. Their leader, who calls himself the Oracle of Fire, is devout and submissive to his servants. They do not twist the sacred teachings, and as for their chosen forms of worship, these are neither rare nor remarkable. Many such minor cults exist in the Imperium, with the full approval of the Ecclesiarchy. Does this Oracle of Fire really make prophecies? At least he and his flock believe that the Emperor reveals glimpses of the possible future to him in the sacred flame. Occasionally, his visions do come true, or so his followers convince themselves. We do not know whether the grace of the God Emperor truly lies upon him, or if he is merely a charlatan, or perhaps a blissful lunatic, or a wicked rogue who possesses psychic power not tempered by his will. A croaking voice interrupts the correct confessor's words. Lord Captain, as choir master of the Astropathic Choir, I must be watchful of any threats to the ship's safety originating from the Immaterium. I have heard rumors about this oracle, and so I have sent my adepts to see him. They assert that the man is a psyker. This man who speaks to the warp is a danger to himself and to the entire vessel. Both law and common sense dictate that he should be thrown into a holding cell, tranquilized, and handed over to the Inquisition to be sent to Holy Terra. Alternatively, you may also dispose of him in some other way. Ooh, this is all very clearly new. I don't know if it's Arbities new, but it's definitely new to me. I know just how to handle this cult. That is a bold-faced lie. We stand ready to carry out any order. I will not ban their teaching. The oracle visions may prove useful to us. We will not I do like the do keep an eye on him thing. I'm kind of torn between 2 and 3. I'm hoping that the ship's big enough that it can take a couple of explosions and that this decision isn't just going to murder me. But I'm sorry, Infernus. Yeah, the Oracle's vision may prove useful to us. We will not let the law stand in our way. Do keep an eye on him, Whis. This is a dangerous decision, but I will obey the Lord Captain. I will do my utmost to ensure that this cursed soul does not cause a manifestation of the warp. Emperor, save us. Okay. Still no Arbities stuff, huh? I may, if it gets to the end of the episode, I'm definitely going to have to look up to see how you actually start any of the new stuff. Yep. This is the whole reason why we clicked on it. We do want to explore it. Okay. Ooh. How much time we got? We got a little bit of time. Hello, pirates. One of my favorite parts of the game, the space combat. At the very least, I'll be able to do this. This is a bit of a pick-me-up. At least for me. Come on, potato. Always with the lies. Always with the lies. Yes! Oh, you poor, unfortunate soul. There are only 2 of you? 3. Oh, you poor, unfortunate souls. Okay. So, we just gonna take a little baby step. And then I'm gonna blast you.
Salvo!
Alright. Just reminding myself. What does this do? I might just be wasting it, but... Yeah, that's what I thought it did. Okay. Sorry, my guy. I kinda lied. I'm not all that sorry. And I sure as shit am not gonna let you get away.
Coordinates set.
Oh, good stuff. Take another little baby step. And then blast you right in the face. Adira, I am waiting with bated breath for you to unlock these abilities. Oh, okay. Can only be activated in the acceleration phase. Okay. I may need to flip around, but for now,
Helmsman, take us in.
we're just gonna plow on ahead and probably take some damage next turn. Enjoy it while you can, jackass. Okay.
Make every shot count.
Yes, little bit came through. All right. Let's go there. And we're gonna have to plow those guys right in the side of the head. Yeah. Okay, back to me. Oh! Get him!
Taste our fury.
Oh, damn it. These guys are gonna super run for it. If I go there... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
With the force of a supernova.
Yeah, we aren't letting anybody get away this time. Yeah, eat shit, dude. And I can't quite hit you. But... you're gonna have fun with that, jackass. Oh, yes! Okay. So, this guy is probably gonna come around somewhere right there. If I go right there, is he gonna have to run into them? It's a good question. But he's probably gonna end up right around here. So I might as well try it out. Does this work? Yeah, ow. Yes. I am aware that hurts. Damn it. Okay. So it did stop him from moving. I don't really want to move again. I like him being stuck there. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. We'll flip it all the way around then. Okay. Okay, so that was just a bonus. Alright, let's start hammering this guy. I missed?
The void saw them out.
Put those out. And we'll take a little baby step. And fire that off. Oh yeah, he's definitely running for it. Okay. Well, you are gonna have to turn around. So, you're gonna come off this way as far as you can go. I'll go right there.
Engage the engines.
Alright. I think that's good. Yep. Get him. Oh, that lined up so perfectly. Yes!
A worthy deed.
This is what we need to trade with that other guy. Oh, I love that part of the game so much. I remember when this game first came out, I started actually, yeah, I can do damage to your hull. Okay. Just telling me how to make repairs. But yeah, I remember when this game first came out, I would start fights with people that I didn't want to start fights with just to be able to get into that sort of mini game. Okay. We should probably do some repairs. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that feels so good. I enjoy the hell out of that mini game. Scan the planet. Planets in the Dargonis expanse are teeming with valuable resources. Select the icon on the resource you're interested in today. Ooh, okay. Yeah, okay. I know that this is kind of a backwards way of doing it, but there are certain things we need these resources for. And 5 is good, but I can come back here once I actually know what I need, because these things are really hard to come by. But yeah, we'll be kind of pushing it. Imperium cartographers and chroniclers know this place well. Long ago, the planet was a prosperous outpost capable of eclipsing even Footfall. There used to be Cyclopean Tomb Station on its orbit, the final resting place of Cornelius Soto, one of the discoverers of the Dargonis expanse. The tomb gave its name to the entire system. However, about 400 years ago, an unknown cosmic body rammed into the station, causing it to collapse onto the planet. Not only did the catastrophe kill the settlers, it also made the world uninhabitable for centuries. The crater formed by the station's impact can still be observed from orbit. Soto's tomb became a sepulchre for the entire planet. This sordid place has neither life nor loot, but knowing the nasty tricks that life can pull is a treasure in its own right. I personally would have rather had some loot. Okie doke. Alright, well, before we move on to the rest of the solar system, I think it is unfortunately getting to be about that time of the hour. So we are going to have to end it here for today. But until next time, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming along with me. I hope you all have had a wonderful day. And until I see you next time, have fun and stay safe out there.